Hey everyone, Kyle once again. Welcome back to the next review of the Back to the Land Before Time franchise. Now we're near the end of the franchise. Now we're on to part 11, the Land Before Time 11, Invasion of the Tinysauruses. This one was released January this time, not December. Normally it's December. It's been released but this time in January 2005. This is the 11th one of the franchise. Once again, directed video. Charles Grosvenor returns directing. And this time I think it's another. I think it's a different voice this time who. Voices Littlefoot by a different guy this time, but besides the new actor voicing Littlefoot, it's still the same. Other cast, the voice cast is still voices like Ducky, Petrie, Spike, Sarah, Kenneth Mars once again as Grandpa Longneck, or John Ingle as Sarah's father, who was also the narrator throughout the series, So this on the reception, IMDb 5.7 IMDb, and audience rating on Rotten Tomatoes give it 48%, So yeah, it's supposed to about pretty much around the same ratings as the previous films, unlike the other films, but unlike the previous film, which had much more higher ratings than most of these sequels, which was, like I said, in the Great Long Neck Migration, But still, among the other films, this one has about the same rating. So, getting into the story this time, it opens up like this. There's every year, there's this particular this one tree grows these pink flowers, which they call tree sweets, and this is supposed to be really sweet, tasty, every year, it grows, and for everyone to everyone to share, and Littlefoot and his friends, they're standing looking at the tree, Ducky, Petrie, Spike, they all want one, right away, but Littlefoot reminds them it's not time yet, wait till nibbling days, they call it, and it's for everyone to share, So, and Sarah comes along and she thinks she's gonna get the first one because she's the one who claimed that she found the tree, So this is the thing, she's gonna get the first one, But later, I think it was another thing that, first Sarah's father, he's guarding the tree, make sure not one flower is missing, And I think it was another thing that one thing led to another. I think that Sarah called Littlefoot small. I think he was too small. He can't reach it, So easily so he can telling himself, oh, you're not too small, And he comes he's a cliff that's above the tree, And of course he wants to take one for himself, but he accidentally falls, knocks every single one of them out, And he's lying there. He sees a smaller Longneck, eat the tree sweet in front of his face, and he faints, and then comes back, and everyone sees that the tree is completely empty, and saying, who did this, or what happened. Then Littlefoot goes and says it was these Tinysauruses, these little lawn necks, that they ate them, and they're about this high, So first they're not believing what he says, but then everyone starts searching the grounds everywhere where they might be hiding, So, but also while that is happening, Sarah is dealing with problems of her own, because an old friend of her father's, a female Triceratops, named Tria, was an old friend that they met a long time ago, and they both liked each other, and all this with gets against Sarah really angry, and especially what Tria used to call Sarah's father Topsy, when I think it was sort of like a nickname, because she always called him that, and all this is getting Sarah really angry about it, she doesn't want to hear about this. Is really, like even when either way, like with Sarah, like a Ducky mentions Topsy, like don't ever call my dad that, And anyone who mentions that, she'll get angry at it, And while they're all looking for the Tinysauruses, Littlefoot accidentally falls down a hole, and someone's where they all live, They're not really harmless, They're not threatening, They're small, long necks. They can't do much harm, One of them relates to one name. One of the Tinysauruses named Skinner. Another one named Lizzie, And their father of the pack, Big Daddy, which is voiced by another one I like. There's another special guest voice. The late Michael Clarke Duncan. He voices Big Daddy, the father of the Tinysauruses. He voices it. And yeah, and it was just when I hear her voice. Here's his voice. It's just sad that he's no longer with us. It's just sad though. And Michael Clarke Duncan. He did good voicing Big Daddy in this film. He did a good job. Oops. Yeah. So yeah, may rest in peace. He did a good job in this film. So he was definitely one of the highlight for sure. For me personally. So he tells her that Littlefoot promises not to tell where they are, and he promises to get some food for them, since they're afraid to go back up there and search for them, So Littlefoot starts dropping like tree stars down the hole, in the middle of the night, and every time he's waking up, he's always waking up very tired, And one night, Sarah sees Littlefoot taking some of the stuff, and he gets all the others, and he gets caught, and eventually they all fall down the hole. They all fall down these, and they all see that they're not really a threat either. And Sarah immediately says they're not going to tell where they live because because a thing like because of her father, spending more time with Tree, and she's still mad at him for that, so she swears that she's not going to tell where they are at either, So, well, during the following night, well before that, because even back with Sarah and Tria, she wants to talk to Sarah and Sarah keeps on brushing her off, like tell her, like ignoring her, doesn't want to talk to her, whatever, and she seriously said, she likes her dad, and her dad likes her, but she wants to get Sarah, wants to know Sarah better too, but she still doesn't want to talk to him, and she said to her dad that she wants, I wonder what that back to the way things were when you didn't like anybody and they didn't like you, So but the next night, they're all trying to sneak off again, but Sarah's father catches them, also when down back of the hole, where one of the tiny long necks, Lizzie, looks up and sees if they're coming back, so she decides to go up and look for them, and so Skinner goes up there with her, but they accidentally bump into Sarah's father, and he sees them, and even Atria thinks they're harmless, they think they're very cute, but then Sarah's father chases them down to the hole, and they found out where they're at now. Now they decided to block up the hole so they will never come back up, and chase them out of there, get them out of there, So Littlefoot does not like that, you know, and he wonders what he's gonna do. So he finally comes out for everybody and tells the truth that they didn't do it. He messed the tree suites up, you know, and of course everybody is not happy about that, you know. Like later on, like Ducky, Peter, and Spike don't want to talk to him. They're mad at him, you know. But then later on they feel sorry for being angry at him, you know. So they try to go off and find them. Well, before that, you know, there's a hole where they seal up where they got rid of the Tinysauruses back out in this mysterious beyond, you know. Well, the Michael Clarke Duncan or Big Daddy was going to lead them to the mysterious beyond, then two sharp teeth, you know, where they either called fast biters, but in terms of they're called really called the Utah Raptors, you know. They chase him in there, but then they also make their way into the Great Valley as well, you know. And these are the first appearance of these type of sharp teeth that later appear in the series. You know, you'll see the series as well. You know, of these particular kind. You know, so they're in the Great Valley and they chase Sarah, Ducky, and Petrie and Spike. You know, they're chasing them, and Tria attacks one of them, tells them to get away from them. You know, then Sarah's father comes in. You know, and fights with them as well. But then the Tinysauruses, they help out as well. You know, they try to climb on the gang all over the sharp teeth, all tickling them or biting them, scratching, whatever, you know. And then all the rest of the grown-ups come in and they all run back into the cave and they seal that up for good, you know. And then Sarah's father apologizes to them, you know, for everything he said and has done to them, you know. And Michael Clarke Duncan says, "Alright, you know, because you're a dad, not a dad too, you do what you had to do, you know." So, but then also Sarah later, you know, accepts what Tria to be with her father, you know, and all that. Then sometime later, you know, the tree suites, they all grow back and they all share, you know, everyone is enjoying them, you know. Even the Tinysauruses are there as well, celebrating as well, you know. And Lilva staying with his grandpa, you know, saying, "I can reach him. I'm bigger now." And he said, but he later on goes back and says to him, you know, you grew big when you told in front of everybody that you admitted that you were wrong, you know. So, and then it ends with everyone eating and all the tree sweets, and that's it. So I enjoyed it, you know. Like I said, yeah, I enjoyed it, so I don't know more I can say on it, you know. This is on for an hour and 21 minutes. Goes by fast. Like I said, Michael Clarke Duncan, he did good as voice of Big Daddy. He was good, you know. It's too bad he's no longer with us, you know. May he rest in peace and all that, you know. Which is also like It's also like the character who voices Littlefoot doesn't come back in the next one. Once again, it's another different voice actor who voices Littlefoot. There's always been more than one actor voicing Littlefoot, you know. But on the other characters, voices remains the same, you know. So But the characters like Tria will in those sharp teeth again, they'll later see in the series, you know, and of course, and you know, how am I gonna say? So yeah, I enjoyed Land Before Time. 11 Invasion of the Tinysauruses. Hope you if you haven't seen it, give it a look. You know, you'll like it. You know, if you want to say for Michael Clarke Duncan, you won't be disappointed because he did good. You know, so. And I enjoyed the songs as well. So that's my review for Land Before Time 11, Invasion of the Tinysauruses. Thanks for watching. Take care and stay tuned for number 12, Day of the Great Day of the Flyers. So thanks for watching. Take care and see you soon. Later.